Donald Trump just proposed a 50-year mortgage plan, 50 years, half a lifetime to pay off one house. Sounds insane? Well, here's the scary part. Canada already tried something like this in 2006, and it ended with a correction nobody saw coming. And the same pattern might be about to repeat itself right here in Canada. Hey everyone, Fawad here, a real estate broker in the GTA. If you find this video helpful, consider subscribing. It really helps support the channel and helps me keep making these kind of videos. Okay, so let's talk about Donald Trump and the government. Because when government starts talking about making homes more affordable, it usually means the opposite, that the market is in trouble. Longer amortization feels like a solution, but they're really a warning sign. Trump's 50-year plan is being sold as a way to help buyers qualify. But Canada did the exact same thing back in 2006. We went from 25 years to 30 to 35 and even 40-year mortgages. And it didn't fix affordability. It poured gasoline on the market. Today I'm going to show you what happened before and what could happen again if this idea spreads to Canada. Trump's team says a 50-year mortgage would lower monthly payments so people can buy more houses. On the surface, it makes sense. Stretch the payment longer, the monthly number drops. But let's use math, although it's not my strong suit here, but we're going to talk about how we can use the math on this $1 million home example, okay? So take $1 million home, put 20% down, and you're getting a mortgage for $800,000. Now, if you use a 4.2% interest rate on a 30-year mortgage plan, your monthly payment will roughly be around $3,900. Okay, the total interest you'll pay in 30 years will be around $600,000. Now, if you use the 50-year payment plan, your monthly payment drops down to $3,100, $3,190. Okay, so you save a whopping $720 a month. Okay, that's a big deal. But you end up paying over $1.1 million in interest. That's over $500,000 more in interest. $500,000 just gone on interest. So yes, the payment feels lighter today, but the long-term cost destroys your equity and keeps you in debt into your 70s. And if this sounds familiar, it's because we have lived the same story before. Back in 2006, as I said, CMHC allowed a 30, 35, and eventually a 40-year mortgage. It was, although insured mortgage, but nonetheless, it helped first-time home buyers get mortgage and pay lower monthly payment. The message was the same thing. Housing is getting too expensive. Let's help buyers qualify. And just like Trump's proposal, it worked for a minute. Buyers who couldn't handle a 25 years suddenly could stretch out and afford more house. Overnight, affordability seemed better, but here's what actually happened. Prices exploded. The longer payments didn't bring prices down. They actually pushed them up. In Ontario and BC, prices jumped fast because buyers suddenly had more borrowing power. A 40-year mortgage made homes look cheaper on a month-to-month basis. It encouraged people to max out on their budgets. By 2007, GTA home prices were rising nearly 10% a year, not because homes were worth more, but because people could afford more and borrow more. And then reality hit. Household debt spiked to record level. People who stretched themselves too thin couldn't pay down their mortgage interest fast. Most of their payments went straight to interest, no principal. The government panicked. In 2008, they banned the 40-year mortgage. In 2011, they cut back to 30 years. By 2012, they slashed insured mortgages back to 25 years. Oh, and by the way, last year, the government increased the amortization period for first-time home buyers to 30 years. I wonder why. Anyway, by 2009, the cracks started showing, sales slowed, approvals tightened, and thousands of Canadians who took those long amortizations suddenly couldn't refinance. Some owed almost the same amount they started with, even after years of payment, because their money went to interest. Okay, this was one of the first time demand dropped even as population rose. Why? Because buyers had to squeeze themselves too far using extended amortization. Longer mortgages didn't help affordability. They delayed the pain, made the downturn even worse. So here's why Trump's 50-year mortgage idea is a red flag for Canada. Whenever the US makes a big housing policy shift, Canada almost always feels the pressure to follow. And when affordability becomes political, like this one it is, big risky ideas tend to get copied. So if a 50-year mortgage become normal here, it would inflate prices. Prices will go up, I can almost guarantee you, because buyers suddenly qualify for more. But long term, it will make the market weaker and more dangerous. See, buyers build equity so slow that any price correction, even 5% or 10%, could push them underwater. And when buyers become fragile, sellers suffer. If you're a homeowner, this matters because affordability gimmicks are usually the final stage of the cycle. The moment politicians start extending amortization, that's when smart sellers start paying attention. Okay? Because 50-year mortgages don't fix housing, they camouflage a problem. Canada tried this before and it ended with a correction. Now, if you own a home in the GTA and want to understand what this means for your property value, especially if you're thinking about selling, you can book a call using the first link in the description. If you like this video, consider subscribing. It helps the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.